on YouTube. What's going on? I'm having a fight with me and the TV screen was going one-on-one. I didn't want to have to do it to it, but it wouldn't listen to me. Like, you're gonna be disrespecting me in my house. You understand this? This is a Kev Corner show, not the dang on flat screen show. Now, if you can hear me, hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other platforms. Welcome to the show tonight. Also, let me know you can hear me. I see some people saying, I'm here, Merry, Merry, Merry. That's right. I wish y'all a Merry Christmas. I wish y'all a Merry Christmas. I wish y'all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Anybody got some favorite Christmas songs out there? Because we're going to open up the show talking about Christmas cheer. So anybody got a favorite Christmas song out there? Christmas, that's mine, the one from Charlie Brown. Christmas time is here. Noel, 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 Noel. Yeah, all of those good ones. Frosty. The only one I actually remembered the whole song to was, I think, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because I was in like a play in school when I was little. You know, we all come out there with a red nose on, some little antlers that the teacher make you wear. Kindergartner version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. But I tell you what, though, I was all busted up before I became a cyborg when I was little, and watch how they abuse Rudolph's feelings. Bust me up all on the inside. Mama, why they doing Rudolph like that, Mama? And Mama's got an excuse for everything. Well, honey, Rudolph is going through a passage of life, and his friends are put in his life to make Rudolph stronger and to make him go. Yeah, she made it sound all good. And after a while, I was like, yeah, they should do that to Rudolph because it's making him stronger. So I should do that when I go to school to other kids to make them strong. No. That's just for like Rudolph. But yeah, loved it, man. Those were good times when you didn't have to worry about giving nobody no gifts. When you was little, you was just the gift receiver. Never had to worry about being a gift giver. That was great, man. Anybody who came over during the holidays, you had your hand out. Which you had bring me. And you always get those older grandparents or somebody to give you stuff that you actually need. When you get older, you realize, man, I needed stuff like that. But you don't want that. You don't want nobody handing you a pack of socks. Dang on it. Giving you look at there, some pajamas, just a onesie, and your feet go into it, the whole body, zip it up. Yeah, there you go. And they got I'm sitting there like, I don't want that mess. I want the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. I want the Rock'em Sock'em robots. I want the Stretch Armstrong. I want those racetracks that used to get a whooping to. It had a dual purpose. See, when your mom would go out and get you those racetracks where you shoot the car, then you act up, she'd pull one of the racetracks off and go to work. After you get whooped by a racetrack or two, you never want to play with it again. I'll be looking at it in the corner like, I'm going to go ahead and have to burn you. You will never whoop me again. So anyway, Christmas time, old stories like that make you feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. Yeah, I remember we actually went Christmas caroling. My aunt put together a whole bunch of young people from the church, and folks open their door. Can you imagine if somebody ring your door right now and you look out and it's a crowd of kids? You're like, oh, shoot, Black Lives Matter. Dang on it, Antifa done found me. Oh, shoot. You'll be worried to death. You won't be talking about some open up the door, honey. Let's give them some peppermints. What do you have to say there? Yeah, you'd be scared to death. I'm surprised they still have trick-or-treating, honestly. So anyway, God bless you. I didn't mean to get caught up in that full-blown Christmas story rant, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It just brings I live it now just in my memory. I'm like, those were great days, man. That first snow, when you be waiting, hoping it snows on Christmas. That's the only one. See, it's the only day you really want to snow. It's like, I hope we get some snow for Christmas. All the other days, no. But it was good times, man. Good times. So anyway, look, we want to get into this tonight. So hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on the other social media platforms. I hope I didn't sit back and reminisce and go through all of that. Y'all can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? Check one, breaker one down, breaker one down. Can y'all hear me? I would just assume y'all could. I saw some people putting LOL, things like that. I was like, oh, they can hear me, I guess. So if you can hear me, please let me know. And let's go ahead and get into the show. Like real gorilla, real gorilla, real gorilla. There's some teams in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. That's right. I wish Mike was still alive to perform that song for me. Put your hands in the building. It's gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Until it come to the beat in the chest part. Crack his whole chest plate. Gorillas in... Ow! Darn it. I didn't know that rehearsal one. You know what? This is dangerous being a gorilla. So anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. But first, don't forget, y'all, check out that show. The store, rather. I'm sorry. Check out the store. Kevin's Corner Store. And that number right there, 330-974-4607. If you take MAGA to that number, you'll be in a cool kids corner at some point. So just because you don't get the initial response from me, y'all, because I'm backed up on those numbers, which is a good thing. But just because, I'm taking my time working through them. I'm a one-man show. So I'm working my way through those numbers just in case, you wondering, like, why ain't Kev responding? He don't love me. No, I love all of you. It's just taking me a minute to work through it. So please text that, to that number, MAGA to that number, okay? And I think my monthly fundraiser probably expired by now. I think it expired early this morning or something like that. But it's cool because last night, y'all hit me with a couple blessings on the way out, man. A couple buzzer beaters to my normal Cash App and my PayPal, which you always welcome to support the channel that way. Start off New Year's with a big bang. If y'all know a couple billion and trillion, gazillion, million trillionaires that are conservative, tell them, hey, you know what? Put some one last minute blessing in Kev stockings. Kev stocking, okay? Put it in Kev stocking. All right, so now let's get into this tonight. Speaking of Christmas and holiday cheer, let's see what's going on around the country and see how the Democrats are celebrating Christmas time. Let's see if they're able to bring back all of this Christmas cheer, this unity. One of the days of the year that everybody in America used to put aside their differences, come together to sit around a table, eat hog mugs, pig feet, cornbread, mac and cheese. Some stuff you didn't know what it was. What is that? It's a potato salad mixed with cranberry sauce mixed with and you're like, I don't want that. That looks like gumbo. I don't want that mess. But nonetheless, you always got a family member to bring something over that nobody knows what it is. It's cool. It was cool. Nobody got mad. Nobody was talking about, hey, you know what, auntie, you're a fascist. Right? Do you know where that's not organic. You didn't pick those beans from. See, nobody did that. We all sat around and had a good time. Nobody was fighting. But now all of a sudden, if you go to your family Christmas party, you got to worry about appropriation. That sweater right there, it's white nationalism. Only white people wear sweaters. You get all kind of crazy stuff that might just go on. And it's all being brought to us by these unfortunate Marxists that's trying to take over our country and using division to do it. So now we can't even have Christmas. Can't have Christmas like we used to. So let's see what's going on with Christmas around the Democrats' tables.
Happy.
Hey, Mayor Bowser. What? Is that a new Christmas song, y'all?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, man, this is when being a Marxist, boy, it comes back to bite you. So I guess they had a little Christmas celebration up there in Washington, D.C., invited the wrong guest. They was like, you know what would be nice? Let's invite all of our young radical adults that we prepped and programmed to go out and harass and terrorize the rest of the culture. Let's bring them in. I'm sure they'll appreciate us, right? We gave them a license to ill. We gave them a license. Oh, what? The license is being used against us? They're illing out against us now? She don't like this. Bowser don't like this. So while she up there trying to have a little peace and quiet, some Christmas cheer, they done rolled up on that set like free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. They in there getting it in the back, man. They got them a new Christmas song called Free Palestine something else. So let's see how Bowser handles this very, very awkward situation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Translation, shut up and sit down.
Thank you, everybody.
That's that translation to shut y'all butts up and sit down, okay? This is not time to go out and harass conservatives. You're not activated yet, okay? You're not activated. We need y'all to lie dormant until right around, voting time. Then we want y'all to be activated. But right now, the activation that came alive, we don't want y'all to be running up to us doing that. Who programmed these people? That's what I'm wondering. They didn't put the selective chip in them. They ain't supposed to turn on us. So all of their little inventions, their AI is now turning on them. Yeah, and she's trying to calm them down and yet not just straight say what's going on in her mind. Because I know that's what she's saying. It's kind of like if you went to a church before where they have open testimony and they will allow some of the people get up. And most people, they got a built-in timer. And, they got social awareness to where they know, okay, look, I've been up here talking for like 5 minutes. I woke up this morning. The Lord is on my mind and hallelujah, praise God. And I knew when I got up, God was going, they preach off the floor for a little bit. And you got a guy who mediates or a woman and they kind of know when it's time for you to move on. But then you get somebody up there, get up, want to sing a song, but don't know how to sing. Start off in the key of X flat -3. Bless thy wonderful name of Jesus. All over the street in those keys. And the person sitting up there like, okay, how am I going to get this person to sit down and shut up? After the song, then going to testimony. I just want to say, praise the Lord, everybody. I was just thinking myself, and about 7 or 8 minutes go by, and you start hearing them go, yes, bless him, Jesus. Hallelujah. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. That's your cue. Sit down. Bless him, Jesus. Hallelujah. Yes. When those church mothers start rocking and saying, bless him, Lord, they really are saying to you, sit your tail down. You've been up too long making noise. And so here she is going to try to hit them with the, thank you, God, hey, thank you, everybody. Sit down and shut up. That's what that means.
Thank you, everybody.
But they ain't going to get the hint. Cease fire now.
This little light of mine.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna let it shine.
So this is what it takes to bring a little bit of spirituality out of these Democrats. See, they own folks on them. And look at her going to church. Yeah, man. Those folks will make you get saved real quick, fast, and in a hurry right there. When they show up talking about some free Palestine. Always on our mind to free Palestine. We don't drink wine. We don't eat no swine. We only here to mess with you in free Palestine. That's what they doing. Showing up, harassing her. So she's now taking it back to the altar. Hallelujah. This little light of mine.
This little light of mine.
Yes.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Let it shine. You think that worked? You think that might have told them people to go ahead and sit down? But guess what? They brought it on themselves. That's why radical, crazy liberalism. To the part, I'm sorry to say that, y'all. If I had some friends or cousins that were radical leftists, I would just find a way to kind of work around them when the invitations go out, man. I'm sorry. I'd be like, we can't bring this dude up in here. I mean, we might be in the middle of prayer and all of a sudden, you know what, this is nothing more than the Christian form of Western. And we're in the middle of prayer. Now we got to stop praying and lay hands on the person. Sitting like we got us a demon that done manifested itself right in the middle of us praying during Christmas dinner. See, now we got to lay hands on this person. We got to go ahead and anoint the turkey. We got to put oil all over the food so the demons don't spread in their family. You know what I'm saying? Anoint in the front of the house when they come over. Lord, we come against the spirit of dumbness. Don't let this liberalism come into this house. This here house is blessed. I rebuke all type of crazy liberalism. So there you have it. But wait a minute. Don't think that the Christmas cheer is over when it comes down to the liberals. Let's go over to MSNBC and see how they're celebrating Christmas over there.
Merry Christmas!
Santa Claus is the embodiment of the holiday season, but typically
Santa
through only
Claus.
one lens. But that's changing. The organization Santas Just Like Me is providing black and brown Santas to malls across the country.
Why can't we just have Christmas? Why can't we just leave well enough alone? Remember back in the day before racism came back in full effect? We didn't have to come out and make announcements about that. What we're going to have now is our own separate Santa. We're going to have a black Santa. We're going to have a pygmy Santa. We're going to have a small person and a gigantic person Santa. We're going to have a woman Santa, a transgender Santa. Don't sit on their lap. Don't sit on their lap, though. But we're going to have a transgender Santa. We're going to have all of that mess going on. We're going to have all of that going on. See? So, watch, I'm going to get some hate mail about that joke. Be like, that wasn't funny. It wasn't funny, okay? I'll be like, man. Nobody want those type of surprises, okay? All right, now, roll up there thinking you sitting on a man Santa. A man Santa sitting on something else. Or even a woman Santa, vice versa. I want to be very, equal when it comes to that. But nonetheless, they're going to have women Santas, men Santas, short Santas, fat Santas, black Santas, Asian Santas, you name it. Why not just Santa? That's all I'm saying. All you're doing is highlighting the differences. When you sit back, instead of letting the kids don't care about that. They see the hat, they see the beard, they see the red coat, and they associate it with gifts. There you go. Go right up there and have a seat. But when you're like, all right, kids, we're going over to the white Santa. We're going to the black Santa. Imagine if white people went up there, saw black Santa, and was like, I guess we're not allowed to go over to the black Santa because we have white kids. There's a white Santa over here. Let's go over to this one. These folks will lose their mind. See, so here we go now.
Their work and the challenges these Santas face are highlighted in a new documentary short called American Santa.
Who is this brought to us by?
Let me start with you. Why did you feel the need to get behind American Santa?
What the crap?
First of all, thanks for having me.
Wait a minute, is that one of his little elves? What is going on? Oh, that's that guy. The guy that the Democrats had at their convention with the Hellraiser suit, trying to, I guess, win black men into the Democrat Party. And these are black men that they always put up there in front of us. I don't understand. The one in the middle ain't got no base. The one that's talking ain't got no base. It looks like the white dude is the only one with the base. It's unbelievable. Let's see. Here we go, though.
The subject matter is about how insidious racism is, and it's in every space in our culture.
There goes Christmas. There goes Christmas. No Christmas time coming this year because MSNBC put coals in our stockings. No space because it's in every space in our... No, you guys are the Grinches that are still in Christmas. You're walking around putting racism in every space in our society. You're dividing us in every space. Now y'all done got your hands in Christmas. Can't just have Santa. Gotta have a white Santa. Gotta have a black Santa. Gotta have a Puerto Rican Santa. Gotta have how about just Santa? So now here this guy is about to go ahead and try to make some racism out of nothing. Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, here she go.
The fact that you
Make
can
it
go
up.
to a Santa and people don't want to go see the Santa because he's black. Right?
God, these people. Man, where do they come from? And don't you take me there. Doo-doo-doo. Where did they come from, baby? And ooh, don't you take me there. Gotta get away from here. Gotta get away from that mess. So now here he is out there with a perm or weave. Hot mix of both, perhaps. Didn't even go ahead and get the fuzz off the face, though. Rocking a full-blown perm. Now, if this was in the late 80s and he was in a pop band or something like that, if he was in the backup with Prince or something back then, nobody would find this strange. Nobody would find this strange. Talking about some, do me, baby, like you never done before. And girls are going, oh my God, he's hot. Nobody cared back then, but now we know what this means. So now this guy's out here with a full-blown goatee, with long, permy hair, talking about racism, and no one would go to a black Santa. Well, no, if the black Santa looked and acted like you. I mean, I'd be like, he's black and all of a sudden, but I don't know. We might even pass. Hey, there's a nice, normal acting white Santa over here. Let's go over here, son. Come on. That's what I would be doing. But we got the angry black dude up here promoting racism in Santa Claus.
It's racist ideas that make racists.
It's racist ideas that make racists? There you go. It's racist ideas that make racists. It's scientific ideas that make scientists? Boy, I tell you, these people, man, they be all the way up in their butt digging out all kind of theories and racism narratives. And all right, now I know this ain't got nothing to do with no racism, but how can I go ahead and figure out how to make this racist? So now he said it's racist ideas that make people racist. He said it like it was a question. Racist? Like, I'm shocked if I get this one off. Here we go.
Not back away from the truth. There's one thing that politicians and people say all the time, which pisses me off.
Uh-oh.
You ain't black.
That should be the one that pisses you off. Politicians and stuff that say things that pisses me off. You ain't black. Or, hush up, boy. Stuff like that. I don't want my kids growing up in a racial jungle. Now let's go out and vote for Joe Biden, okay? Because we're fighting against that evil, wicked, racist Donald Trump. That's right. Go over there and hush up, boy. Yeah, take your weave and everything. Go down there and vote for me. So here he is talking about one thing he hates. This is what kills me about these pro-black radical activists who manage to find racism in Donald Trump, but overlook all of the real racism that comes out of Joe Biden. They are very forgiving when it comes down to Joe Biden and all of his racist slip-ups. Those are just race gaffes. That's all. And we can overlook those race gaffes. Look at that strong boy down there, LJ Cool J. Look at him. It looks like a strong young buck, strapping young man right there. What's your name again? Is it Kipper or Bugsy Sugar or something like that? Can we go down there and go ahead and feel his muscles, make sure he can, pick up heavy? Wait, I'm sorry. He's rich. He's richer than me. Oh, well, hush up, boy. All kind of crazy stuff, and they just overlook it. Overlook it, man, and get right back to Trump. Trump said this and Trump said that. Here we go.
Better than this.
We're better than this.
We are not now, nor have we ever.
Now, do anybody need to open their mouth that wide when you talk? We are not now, or have we ever? Relax, man. Huh? Relax the jaw. What are you doing? Facial exercises? This guy's out here. We are. I don't want to see your tonsils. I don't want to see them two big, dang on horse teeth you got right there up front. So here he is yelling at us, mouth wide open, and he's supposed to inspire us, y'all. And this is the guy who's supposed to lead us in the battle against racism. There you go. Yeah, nobody wants to follow this man into the battle against racism.
Ever been better than this. And until we can admit that, until we can name the thing.
This is so crazy on so many levels. So many big signals is coming out of this dude, man. And he think he dropping it, y'all. He think he is dropping all types of knowledge. So he got on a wool, soft terry cloth, maybe sweater or something. You got the man beard, the long hair, the big mouth. Now, even if racism was in its prime right now, if we was living in the deep South in 1870 right now, I still wouldn't follow this dude if he came on the scene acting and talking and looking like that. I still would not follow him into the battle against racism. I'd be like, no, we want to get somebody else, don't you think? He's about to get us all killed now. We want to get free and all, but I just don't think he's the one to lead us into. I would be concerned. I would look to Harriet Tubman first before him. I assure you, I am capable of leading y'all into. And I'll be like, Harriet, you got any ideas? Immediately. But here's the guy. He's out here trying to lead us into the battle against racism.
We will never be able to heal from the thing.
From the thing? What thing?
And just so folks know, the name of the production company, which is Billy's production company, is Incognegro Productions.
Incognegro Productions.
What the hell is going on?
Thank you, Trump. You took the words right out of my mouth. So now the guy who's telling us Christmas can be racist if we don't be diverse with black and other melanin colored Santa Claus. Um, he's the one that started a organization called Incognito Productions. Now, if a white person joked about him, that guy right there is incognito over there. Yeah, he would have a fit, but he picks the name for himself. Just like many of these hypocritical race baiters who will, I mean, it kills me because they know growing up, we were not that sensitive. I mean, we sat around, we joked, we laughed about certain things. We all watched certain shows that made us laugh and might focus on some stereotypes and jokes between whites, black, and other races. Nobody was that sensitive growing up. They're all hypocrites. They know that when you get around a whole bunch of your friends and families, a whole bunch of words come out that if it came out in the streets or a white person or somebody else said it, y'all would have a complete conniption all of a sudden. It'd be like, we got to go ahead and throw this person in the gulags because they said something like that. It just kills me to see this. It reminds me of like when Trump got caught on that Hollywood Access tape, talking about, women and how they treat you if you're rich and famous and this and that. And I had friends that I played football with in college, online talking about, man, that those dudes disrespecting women. I'm sitting there like, you just type that on my timeline? I see, because I'm your boy, I'm going to inbox you. I'm not going to go ahead and say this on the timeline because you're virtue signaling out there on the timeline right about now. Dudes out there talking about, man, that's crazy, Kev. How can you support this dude, man? I wouldn't want my daughter to hear this stuff. I had to go in the inbox like, you wouldn't have wanted to hear your daughter. You wouldn't want your daughter to hear the stuff you talked about in the locker rooms when we were there. You act like I just met you, man. We played ball together. You might have went to the NFL. I knew dudes went to the NFL, came back talking just like Donald Trump. Just like Donald Trump. And yet now all of a sudden when that video came out, audio came out, man, Trump, man, you hear how you talk about women? I'm like, are you kidding me? You brought a harem of women back after your first year in the NFL. Here's all my chicks. He was up in that mug like that dude off of Harlem Nights, the boxer. Come on, babies. And yet you want to get hypersensitive now, all of a sudden. Shut your mouth, man. I know you too well. Don't pour that crap on me. Same thing with these black race baiting activists. I'm like, you're not that sensitive. You're not that butthurt. And you know real racism versus this crap that you pushing. It burns me up, man. You're being disrespectful to black folks that actually were victims of racism and to racism itself. Racism's like, man, I'm better than that. You up here dumbing me down to Santa Claus? What kind of disrespect is this? But let's continue, though.
How insidious racism is.
Just how deep the racism goes.
And people
No base.
don't want
This
to
how
go
deep.
see the Santa because he's black.
Come on, if you're racist and you know it, clap your hands.
MSNBC. Yeah, all of them.
Bro.
All of them at MSNBC. Yeah, there you go. So there we go. Now we can't have fun no more during Christmas. Can't joke no more. Can't have no fun. I told y'all, man. I like just relaxing and enjoying when we talk about politics. And, it's like I got different chambers in my personality. If y'all ever meet me in person, you'll see what I'm talking about. But one thing is consistent. Once I get relaxed around you, if you see me out maybe dancing, you probably wouldn't know I joke like this and have fun. I got a very stoic side of me as well, But you get me around my peeps, you get me relaxed. Everybody's in trouble. Do you think I show up at the parties talking about I got to be sensitive because we got this one dude over there? He don't like when I cut on his little tiny feet. See, and then we got cousin Jimbo over there, and everybody gets the business. Jokes get slung out all over the place and they get thrown back at me. And we all laugh and hug and joke and go home. All right, dog, man, it was great seeing you, man. I love you. Love you. That's it. Nobody goes home talking about some, whatever. But now we're at that point where everything's offensive, everything's racist, everything's whatever. And now we're at the point in the show where everything's crazy when it comes down to Joe Biden. But some people are delusional. See, they're willfully delusional when it comes down to Joe. Like this lady right here.
Scanlon, you mentioned, where's the guts to I guess, stop what you perceive as Republicans? Where's the guts on your side?
Oh.
You got a president, Joe Biden, who's cognitively gone.
Creepy.
Why don't you get with his handlers, whoever it is? Now, you can argue if you think he's not cognitively gone, I would wager a good bit of money. You give him with 5 doctors, they would tell you the man's not there.
Now this is normal. Forrest is right here.
There you go. Joe is right here. Wait, you can't see my hand. That's how low my hand is. Joe is right here. He's off the chart. But yet this lady is about to try to match wits with this very keen observation that this man just had. I mean, he was like, you know what? I'm sick of this mess. I'm sick of sitting around pretending like nobody sees what's going on. I'm about to go ahead and call this mess out, man. We all know Joe's damaged goods. Now, you telling me you can't recognize this? Well, let's go ahead and hear what she says.
Now, that's what America's concerned about. That's what America wants.
Would the gentleman yield?
Let me just finish. Those are the concerns, and I get the theater to try to divert this to the things you mentioned about the hearings and how you think. The real concerns affecting the pocketbooks of Americans. You're going to see it. I hear it. I'm in that world of construction workers. And they're sick and tired of what this administration is doing to sell this country out.
Darn right.
And they're going to they will let their feelings known. Now, you can disagree with that, but, and I will yield just a few minutes.
Meaning you can be delusional if you want, but I am inevitable. Yeah. You can be that person that falls off the cliff and thinks by you yelling no on the way down, that's going to stop it. No! Y'all can come out here and tell us till you're blue in the face the economy's getting better. I don't see why these people tripping. Inflation is going down and the job market is booming and people are happy. They just need to get a little more understanding about Bidenomics. That's all. Maybe they just totally ignorant. They don't understand. They don't understand all the blessings we giving them. See, so now he's like, okay, these are the real issues. You can deny this train wreck is on the way if you want to. See, you can go down thinking, I got a shot if you want to, but I'm telling you, I'm out there listening to people. I know what's in their minds. We're going to find out in a minute what's going on in the streets in a second. But here he's trying to tell her. And it's because not only are the conditions bad across the country in many families, areas and places like that, but they're also looking at a leader that is not going to get better, smarter, stronger. Nothing. That guy is only negative things can come out of Joe. He's like midnight. When we was playing football in college, Coach Walker said, hey guys, listen up. Nothing good happens after midnight. We were like, I don't know about that, Coach. I guess that's a perspective thing, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of good things we think happen. And now that I look back, I'm going, all the shenanigans and trouble that we got into always took place after midnight. Because first of all, we didn't even go out until about 11. So right around midnight, that's when everybody get to going. Oh man, who you looking at? So nothing good happens after midnight. Same thing with Joe. He's like midnight. Nothing good right now is going to happen. So here she is. She's going to try to come in and overcome that very well observation right there.
I want to get to Guy, but I yield back. I yield to you.
I do disagree vehemently with what you've said. Have you spent any time with Mr. Biden?
With the president?
Good God.
Did you go? Like God no.
Did you go?
Gross. It is gross. Did you see him? His reaction was priceless. I disagree with you. Of course you do, lady. Have you spent any time with the president? What? No, God, no. However, what's crazy about this is I haven't spent time with the president. Y'all haven't spent time with the president. Nobody had. This is how bad he is. You don't have to spend time with him to know he's in this condition. But here she is, limited it to time. If you spend time with the president, I would be scared to spend time with him. I would be sitting around with a napkin and that stuff like, okay, y'all just gonna leave me in the room with him? Do I need to feed him? How about I ain't got to change him or nothing or walk? What if he got to go to the bathroom? Sir, you're sitting in here with the president. I know, that's what I'm talking about. I've seen some things and I'm just concerned. Maybe I thought I was just coming in and talk, but you're gonna leave me just like that. And I'm the sitter. I would be concerned. But here she is talking about, have you spent time with the president? What? No, God, no. Now, here she goes. This is right here. She's trying to clean it up.
You've been watching a little too much Fox News.
Not Fox. Watch him on Fox if he'll go there. Watch him on the few. How many press conferences does he have? What can he get off teleprompter and read? You tell me.
I have spent hours with the president.
You didn't tell him. You did not tell him. Yeah, he's like, hey man, I ain't got it. Hey, look, you ain't got to be on Fox. I've seen this man on everything. Wherever a clip of him shows up, it's bad. And a lot of times, MSNBC, CNN, they don't even show the dude talking. They focus more so on Trump and all of that stuff. Nobody don't show him because they can't cover for him that much. If they showed him constantly and all of his speeches and all of his, they would be making excuses constantly. Like when he fell up the steps the one time, well, there's the president. He's on his way up. Oh, well, it looks like he might have slipped a little bit. See? But if it was Trump, obviously he's down because of evilness. He's suffering from corruption. He has a bad case of the willies. And they would do all of that. But they can't cover for him that much. That's why they don't cover him that much. They can't cover all of the corruption that comes out, all of the gaffes, all of the blunders, the bloopers, the lies. They can't cover that on MSNBC. So they just choose not to show him. So yeah, if you want to get a dose of the true 100% uncut creepy, you probably either got to watch Fox or alternative news channels. And yet here she is talking about you've been watching Fox News too much. See, let me tell you my experience with Joe.
Without teleprompters, and the level of his conversation is way above this committee right now.
What?
Think about what you'd think about at the time.
The level of his conversations is way above what's going on in this committee right now. Think about what you think about at the time. You mean like that? Yeah, that's one of my favorite statements that Joe has ever dropped out there. Boy, it's scary and funny at the same time. Think about what you think. I'm like, laughing and scared at the same time. Like, man, he got me with mixed emotions right there. That was scary, but fun. It was fun. So here that man is. Think about what you think about at the time. But I can't wait for the second version of it. Think about what you think about at the time when you think about it. Because if you don't think about it, it can never be thought. Okay? So anyway, with that being said, let's get this guy's response.
He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know where he is. He won't, unless he's directionally challenged.
Directionally challenged. Uh-oh, there he is. Let's get some evidence because she ain't seen all of this stuff. Okay, wait a minute. What's going on here? He's at an event. Don't wake him. Don't wake the baby. No. Go back to sleep, Joe. Go back to sleep. We almost got the baby to sleep, y'all. Shh. You know how kids be fighting it. Hey, no, I ain't sleepy. And the mom and dad want to kick it or something, be rocking the heck out of you. Go now. Come up out of it. They got to bring you back down. No. There's Joe. Joe was going right in there. He was about to go into that REM sleep. And then, wait a minute, I'm somewhere I shouldn't be sleeping, but it's greater than me. So here we go. He's back. He's back for a second. What am I doing here? Boy, I'm hurting. Sure could go for a nap. I'm in trouble. Should have never let them talk me into this. But they bribed me with chocolate chip. Okay, well, here he is.
And prove that a woman can not only do anything a man can do, but many times do it heck of a lot better. Excuse my language, Father.
Excuse my language, Father. Right in church. A woman can do it a heck of a lot. Excuse my language, Father. That guy right there. That guy right there. Boy, man. These are those moments where you need to have Joe Biden clips on demand. When you're out in public, you should have like queued up Joe Biden clips for people who say things like that woman just said. I don't know if you've ever spent time with Joe Biden, but I have. Okay, and let me tell you something. He's talking way better than what I'm hearing. Oh, really? I got him queued up. I would have a whole bunch of these clips right here. But guys, it's not just Joe. See, we're having fun at Joe's expense because a lot of this revolves around Joe. It's also the people he surrounds himself with, starting with who? Fake behind Dr. Jill Biden. Here we go. What's going on with Jill? 2020? Decency is on the ballot, y'all. Oh, look at that. What's this? Decency is on the ballot. We went from playing nice, soft, gentle music to what? So let's see how decency looks on the ballot. Here we go. Bring in that rock music. Yeah. Okay. Joe Biden's decency post under fire after Senate room sex tape report. What kind of decency is that? I thought they were bringing back civility to the White House. I thought that the mature adults were back on the wheels of steel instead of the crazy party animal college students that's drinking beer like Animal House. Here we go. See, they go from trying to tell us that they play nice soft symphonies to spitting and vomiting up on the mic. Non-binary federal official charged with second luggage theft. That's decency at its best. There you go. That's what happens when you go out and say, all right, your qualifications. Well, actually, I'm trained as a nuclear physicist, and I know exactly how to dispose of the waste. I can go through all of the protocols. I've done this for like 10 years. No, that's enough from you. The bald-headed one who we don't know quite what you are right there. What about your qualifications? Well, thank you for asking. First of all, I'm bald, and I'm very open with my sexuality, and I'm transgender. And you know what? You're just the kind of go-getter we need in the White House. You're hired to do what? Oh, yeah, I forgot to. You're going to be over nuclear waste. Oh, great, nuclear waste. Wait, what does that do? How do I get rid of that? And you know what? I'm really into stealing women's clothes from the airport. But decency's back in the White House. Let's see how decency looks. Okay, decency is on the ballot. Oh, there it is. Okay, so Biden's monkey pocket Pfizer is trying to manage a virus while dodging talks of Satanism. So they done brought the devil to the White House? They sure have. In many, many forms. Like David Allen Greer said on Martin, Satan comes in many forms. Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub. Not just the form of a serpent. He comes in the form of creepy, sleepy, his whole family, and all of the weird hires that they bring in for diversity. And yet that guy got the biggest pendulum on his chest that I've ever seen. In the White House, man, folks voted for this crap. What else? They have to have rock parties. Oh, here's another one. Show us the other stuff, Dr. Jill, about civility. Give us some civil, Jill. Transgender activist Rose Montana goes topless and holds her breast at White House? Is that the place for that? Well, then again, these are the same people who are okay with kids showing up at drag shows and having drag queen story time and all. So they invite all of these folks to the White House talking about we're celebrating diversity, and they think that they can go ahead and put a governor on these people. See, you want them to contain the craze. You want to support the craze. You want to go ahead and create all of this mess and encourage it and make them think they're victims and can do whatever they want when they want. They can break all the rules. They can act the fool, break the rules, all of that. And then when you want them to behave and they come and act up, now you got to make excuses for them. So there you go, right there with creepy sleep. He probably's like, wait a minute, are you a girl or a boy? You know what? Doesn't matter. You got hair. Let me sniff that. Hey, where you going? Come on, man. Where you going? So let's finish. That's what civility looks like. Yeah, decency on the ballot. What? Cocaine found in the White House? How'd they get that cane in there? Past all of those K9s. They got the cane past the K9s, y'all. Only certain people could do that. Oh, wait, what's this? Some more rock music? Okay, so Horn dog Hunter Biden blew 1.2 million on escort strippers and sex clubs, and that was it. Surely this is about Don Jr. This cannot be gentle woodland creature, law-abiding citizen Hunter Biden. No, yeah, the smartest man I know can't be that guy. He's my son, did nothing wrong. His father's love should cover all of this, shouldn't it? Yes, he's not God. Joe Biden's love doesn't cover a multitude of sins. Only Jesus can do that. But here we have Joe trying to cover a multitude of all of this. Now, see, that's the problem. You know, you encourage all of this chaos in society. You don't think the chaos is going to show up in your family. You don't think they can do anything they want to. Joe, quiet as kept, thinks he can do anything he wants. That's why they didn't really want to talk to Tara Reid, because remember, Tara Reid said the creepy pushed her up against that wall and said, "Come on, thought you liked me, heard you wanted me. What are you doing? Where are you going? You know what? You're nothing. You're nothing to me. Oh, come on, stop crying. Stop crying. There. Don't tell nobody about you. You understand that, right?" So now let's continue with the rock music versus the civility back in the White House. Yeah. Oh, this guy was really a menace. Hunter Biden driving at 172 miles per hour while smoking crack. Photos goes viral, sparks outrage. Boy, man, that dude right there was like, you know what I think would be a good idea? I'm going to go ahead and smoke some crack and then take this car to 172 miles per hour while smoking crack. I think that'll work out all fine. I think that'll work out great because my daddy's Joe Biden. He'll get me out of trouble. Civility back in the White House. Where's all of the video footage or the clips about, Don Jr. and Barron? Is Barron out there smoking crack? Anybody? No? Okay. Well, when none of that stuff goes on in Trump family, where is his daughter? She's not out there running around and kicking it and stuff. She's not writing stuff about Donald Trump took showers with me when I was a kid, and it probably messed me all up. There's no diary out there being found for Ivanka. None of that for her. But don't look at me and my son. He did nothing wrong, okay? What you should be looking at is Trump and his kids. Well, we did. But now we're looking at your kid right there, 172 miles per hour, smoking crack. Civility. There you go. It's decency. What? Wait, more decency? It looks like this. Okay, shocking. Democrat senator staffer filmed doing a nasty in the Senate hearing room. Tisk. Oh, you telling me they got some of that old 80s background music in that room? Yeah, these Democrats is up there wilding. They done took over the government and they're like, party in the house, y'all. Rick James, we're Rick James. They up in there kicking it. He's in there like, forget this hearing room. And those aren't feet that you're hearing. That right, that's not feet. It ain't the Rick James boots. Some boots are getting knocked, but it ain't coming off of his feet. So now that dude decides it's a good idea to go up in the Senate hearing room and film himself doing a nasty. Democrats. But see, remember though, it's free love, it's free sex, and people should allow us to express this because we're gay and transgender, and then this is just a matter of you're just holding me back from just living out my truth and this and that. All of that going on, right? Civility. There you go. That's what civility looks like. That's on the ballot, y'all. Don't y'all want 4 more years of all of that in the White House? Then I just found out last night that Jill had to fire one of her staffers for trying to sneak gay lovers or encounters up on the floor where Jill is staying when they was going trips. The Secret Service had to stop this dude multiple times. What are you doing? Dude, you can't just bring this. Who is this guy? Oh, I met him down at the, you know what? Don't worry, he's good with me. No, he's not. We can't let him go. You do realize the first lady's up here? Joe Biden creepy sleeps on the floor, man. We can't do this. And you know what? I'm close with them. I'm her staffer. I'm her staff. And they finally had to fire her dude. But civility is back. When you surround yourself with all of these radical extremists, What you're doing is surrounding yourself with the people that you have created, and now it's backfiring on you, and they're making you look bad. See, it's let me raise my kids to get smart with everybody, to always buck against authority and be disrespectful, and always have a chip on their shoulder. Let me raise my kids to do that, cussing at adults. Then they get older and they embarrass you. One day you out with them and they're 12 and you're like, hey, come here for a minute. Man, shut up talking to me, fool. And you're like, you can't say that to me. I'm your mother. I'm your father. No. It was cute and funny when you were sicking them on other people. Yeah. But now all of a sudden they're acting a fool on you and you're going, oh my God, this is embarrassing. I'm going to have to, that's not my son. It's not my daughter. But we got another one, y'all. All surrounding that Joe Biden camp, y'all. All we having fun tonight at Creepy's expense. Look at these. Look at this one right here. Yeah, Kermit the Frog. Let's see what he have to say.
That the Taliban used were the weapons that the U.S.
The Taliban come, Mr.
I have seen those
Taliban.
reports, but let me remind you, please, take the opportunity to remind you.
Relax, bro.
We didn't just leave a bunch of weapons in Afghanistan. This is a fallacy. This is a farce.
Y'all hear that, man? The Biden administration. Boy, I tell you. And I'm gonna stop you right there. This a fallacy and a farce. You know, we just left all kind of weapons and stuff. I'm sick of people saying it, man. I've been hearing about this rumor all the time. Talking about we done left all these weapons and stuff. And let me tell you what really had happened though. Okay, so he said it's a farce right now. Wait, somebody go get that kazoo. It's time to get the kazoo.
If at any point in the last 20 years I had said to you that there would be Taliban fighters inspecting U.S. helicopters inside an evacuated hangar, how is that anything other than a U.S. defeat?
John, I would tell you that they can inspect all they want. They can look at them, they can walk around, but they can't fly them. They can't operate them.
Oh! So see, this was back when he was in trouble, and I guess this recent that interview I just showed you, where he was doing a press conference talking about, man, I'm sick of these lies. Okay, we ain't need no equipment. This is back when it was obvious that they left the equipment, but he still threw another lie in there. See, these are compounded lies. So now this is when they first left the equipment, and his response was, okay, look, let me tell you, man. Look, okay, you might got us. We left the equipment, but you think we'd be stupid enough to just leave that mess operable? Man, they can't start that mess. Good luck trying it. Y'all think we crazy. Y'all think we stupid, don't y'all? Well, yeah, because here we go again, y'all.
We made sure to demilitarize, to make unusable all the gear that is at the airport, all the aircraft, all the ground vehicles.
None of it worked.
We made sure to demilitarize, to make unusable all the gear that is at the airport.
Look at them! How did they bypass all of that? They figured, don't worry. All they did is took one screw out. Just put screw back in. Look, starts right up. Is that what you're talking about? Making it to a point where it's not usable? They get in. Look, they took key. Don't know what to do. They took key. There's nothing to wait. There it is. They left it inside of the visor. Don't worry. Left all the keys in the visor. They'll never figure out how to start them. We took the keys, didn't we? We didn't? Where are the keys? You put them in the visors? You know what? I just got off it. I just did a press conference telling everybody that. Oh, God, I hope they don't find the... Oh, God, they found the keys. They found the keys. So here they are, driving all those disabled vehicles through the streets.
All the ground vehicles, they can look at them, they can walk around, but they can't fly them.
But they can't fly them, though. Don't worry. Everybody relax. The Biden administration got it all under control. Now, granted, you might have got me there. Okay, because all this video footage is hard to lie about. You know, we did leave it. We left it. My bad. You got me. But hey, don't worry. It's not able to be used. We disabled it. They figured out how to drive the truck. Oh, but it's just trucks, though. It's just the real stuff is those helicopters that we left. They don't know what they're doing with that, man. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, did you not see the Taliban when they took over the president of Afghanistan's crib? They didn't even know how to get on treadmills. Them dudes was down there in the gym. Never been on any gym equipment. It was hilarious. I could have watched them for hours looking like, monkeys figuring out something. I mean, they were on that. Look, I don't know how to watch the very. My feet. Oh, do I need to take robe off? My robe is catching on my feet. They're stuck inside the machine. They were out there having a ball, eating ice cream in there. Didn't know how to use the equipment. It was hilarious. So you would think that those guys, they can't even use weightlifting equipment. Surely they can't figure out how to fly these helicopters that we left. No way. Tell us, John Kirby. Oh, God, no.
We didn't leave a bunch of weapons in Afghanistan. This is a fallacy. This is a farce.
How can these people just lie like this, man? This is a fallacy. It's a farce. We didn't leave a bunch of weapons in Afghanistan. Okay, we did leave a lot of weapons, but don't worry. They can't drive that stuff. Oh, they're driving it? Okay, well, don't worry. They can't fly the helicopters. And what do we see? The gazoo again. As these dudes figured out how to fly those choppers. And then he said, hey, man, it's a fallacy. It's a lie. Uh-oh. First on CNN, U.S. left behind $7 billion in military equipment in Afghanistan after 2021 withdrawal. Pentagon reports. But this is the disrespect of the Biden administration. That's why I can get up here and light them up. I can clown them all day because they're trying to clown us by getting out there and lying to us, talking about some, look, man, that's a fallacy, man. That's a lie. It's a lie. You're peddling lies. Now, you think we should put these people in charge of dis and misinformation? You think we should allow these people to control what is said on the internets and what is shared? You think we could trust them? So with all this evidence, that man got straight out there and lied, knowing the internets will find you out. But he didn't care. So now we had to bust out the gazoo.
What I'm trying to say to you.
Uh-oh. Here comes another one. Fire up another one, y'all. Black gay drop. Yeah, this one will take us into the second part of our show before we get out of here tonight. So what is she lying about today? Let's see. Her and her friends in the media.
Is that the economy is in a better place than it has been historically.
But you know what? The numbers don't lie.
Listen,
and the numbers, the economic data are on Joe Biden's side.
Democrats, we are delivering. Actually, we are delivering big time.
Big time. I'm on my way. I'm faking it. Big time. Big time. I'm gonna fake it. Yeah. So here she is talking about we have delivered big time. Let's see how big time they've delivered.
Biden-Harris administration. Masterclass in terms of performance.
According to what I'm observing, the economy is booming. Yeah. Inflation is down. The stock market is doing well.
Now, y'all hear that? Y'all hear Toucan saying nose? Y'all hear her coming out paired in that mess? Don't know what she's talking about. Y'all hear Toucan saying nose coming out here talking about so. What I'm hearing is that the inflation is going down, and that she got that Toucan saying nose out there talking about something. So now, instead of following her nose, because it's big enough, she should be able to sniff out all of the lies. But nope, that nose is a nose for nothing. She got a big nose for absolutely nothing, because she can't sniff out the truth if it shot up those nostrils. So here she is right here talking about what I'm hearing is lies.
People are having an easier time putting bread on the table, etc.
Folks, Bidenomics is just another way of saying
what?
The American dream.
The American dream. Now, you know I'm going to let him have it. Whoever put this little clip montage together, just wonderful. Boy, I tell you. So now, of course, here we go. Let's do it.
Here we go. Along with hearty holiday spending plans, Americans giving President Biden terrible approval numbers.
Terrible?
No matter how you look at it. First, let's look overall. 35% overall approval versus 59%. A record high for the CNBC All-America survey during the president's tenure.
But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
You do
33-62 on the economy. He's almost as much underwater as he's ever been. And then now on foreign policy, 29-63, that's a record high. 34 points underwater. Oh my God.
Yeah. We just heard Black Gay Drop come out and say everything's getting better. We just heard people on MSNBC saying, I don't see what these people around here whining about. I don't see what the big problem is. You know what I'm saying? The numbers don't lie. Well, you're right about that, man who got fired off of MSNBC. The numbers don't lie. That's why we hear them. But you hear Joe, Bidenomics is working. Kamala Harris, we did it, Joe. Help's on the way. We've delivered. We delivered big time. See how big they see these right there? That's the surprise eyes right there. Oh my God. So let's finish hearing how big time they delivered.
Let's look at where it's fallen.
Somebody said, please go to bed and stay there. And I was thinking about that. I'm glad you made me remember that. When I heard him say, I'm going to go to bed, I was thinking to myself, you know what's crazy? If Joe went to bed right now, nothing would change. Like if he just slept through the rest of his presidency, nothing would change. Like things they would get worse. They would continue to but he wouldn't make a difference at all. There's nothing they need Joe for. Nothing. There's nothing Joe can do. Only reason they got him walking around and propping him up is, Joe, go out there, sign this, and go out there and say exactly what we want you to say. Don't you be out there Joe, you're freestyling. You're freestyling. We don't want to hear another word about some dang on corn pop and Joey. You know what? My daddy used to say, we don't want to hear that. Go out there and tell people to get rid of their way of life and focus on getting rid of fossil fuels and do that stuff, Joe. That's what we want you to do. So let's finish hearing about how much he delivered, because we're going to then have to go to the streets and see how the brothers and stuff feel about it.
41%, if we go and look at the trajectory on this, up 5 points on disapproval, down 6 points on approval. This is not the most wonderful way for a president to be heading into a re-election year. And one really interesting group that we've been looking at now is the Latino vote and Latino preference here.
Snap, Guantanamera. 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 So you telling me the Latinos are walking away from Joe Biden? Yeah, I better go ahead and look into this. Let's see what they're talking about. What can make the Latinos walk away from Joe Biden?
You can see that it was sort of even in the second quarter, and now a big gap here with 61% disapproval of President Biden and just 28% approval.
As distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx,
as
beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
Hang on here.
All right. Okay, that was weird.
Now,
what could have done it, guys? See, that's the extent of their outreach to the Latino community. The Bogotas and breakfast burritos. And hold on here. Take this big ugly mask off and play some music and act like I actually listen to this music on my own at home. There you go. Now go out and vote for me. That's all I got for you guys. Oh, but we do have a lot of illegal immigrants coming your way and shoving them to your neighborhood because they're Latinos. Well, maybe. I think they might be sprinkled in with some others. It don't matter. Look, the people of color. We're going to ship them to your neighborhoods, okay? We need you to babysit them and take care of them for us, okay? Now, don't complain. Those are the only Latinos they're worried about. The ones from South America. And they're wondering why the ones here that are legitimate citizens are walking away from them.
Taking a look at Trump versus Biden, all of this better for former President Trump than President Biden. The gap was 4 points. Margin of error in the poll is 3.1 percentage points. So we're outside of that margin of error here with a 48% to 42% Trump lead over Biden in a head-to-head match.
That's Bidenomics.
There it is, baby. That's Bidenomics. So now we better go ahead and see how Bidenomics is translating into the streets, okay? Because I'm sure the average brother and sister and all the Latinos and the blacks and all of that stuff, they all are loving Bidenomics. Now, the crazy part is all that money folks was making under Trump. As many black folks and others were complaining, Trump's racist and this and right, and things are so bad, but I sure am getting paid. I sure am making a lot of money. One thing I wasn't hearing when Trump was in office is I can't find a job. I was hearing, dude, we can't hire enough people right now. I have friends who own businesses. They were like, we got too much business. Too much. No more. Too buco. So, brother, sister, too buco. So let's hear what they're now talking about in the streets.
If President Trump came here to the South Bronx, would you attend the rally?
Of course, I would want to meet Trump. I want to shake his hand. He's the only president that I see that can ever make America great again. He's capable of doing that.
The only person I see can only make America great again, and I see him doing that. I love it. What about this dude looking like Tracy Morgan, y'all? Hustle Man's in the house. Let's hear from Hustle Man, Chief.
I would love to go to a rally with Donald Trump come. Because I'm a big Donald Trump supporter.
Y'all hear Tracy Morgan? Do y'all hear Hustle Man? That's right, Chief. I would love to go see Donald Trump because, I'm a big Trump supporter. Okay? That man looked dead on Hustle Man off of Martin. He's a real live Hustle Man. You know what, Chief? You asked a lot of questions. So let's finish hearing from Hustle Man.
And I will support him 100%. Oh, yeah, definitely we're going to show him love. We're going to show him a lot of love. And, like they do in other states. We definitely need to see Trump here.
There's nothing but love for Donald Trump here in the South Bronx, the North Bronx, the East Bronx, and the West Bronx.
What?
So, you tell me.
We want Trump to come back. Please, bro. Biden, get out of here, bro. I will come to the rally and support Trump. Because the Bronx need a change, and we need somebody that really
make a change. What's in my life. Y'all hear the folks in the Bronx asking for Trump to come? See, they want us to think that these liberal cities, of course, would never tolerate Trump and all of this white nationalism coming. And see, when you create the right conditions, people will say, please come get us out of this. Sometimes if you let people stew in their own mess long enough, after a while, they will be going, please clean me up. Babies find that out real quick. They start pooping in themselves. Then they look at you like, get this diaper off me. I'm sitting in doo-doo and I feel it. So would you clean me up, please? Please get this off me. Why you think I'm over here crying? See, so here these people are. They've been stirring around in all of that poop that the Democrats then created up there in New York and other states and cities that we're about to see. And now what are they doing? Trump, come clean this up. Get this dirty diaper of liberal leadership off of us right about now. So they want their diaper changed. They're saying, Trump, come clean this up.
help this community.
I would definitely come to a Trump rally in the South Bronx.
Oh.
I like him.
I would love to see that.
Yes.
Yes, I will come to a rally if President Trump was to come to the Bronx, and I also would bring other people to come too and support him.
Would Joe Biden get a warm reception if he came to the Bronx?
No, he wouldn't have. And I'll make sure of that.
You tell him, Hustle Man. No, he wouldn't. And I'll make sure of that. Because Hustle Man's in the house. Wah, wah, wah. Back up, Chief. Okay? Back up, Chief. So there you have it. Coming out of the Bronx. Now, people might think Trump can't pull something off like that. I do. I don't think anybody but Trump can pull off a rally in the Bronx. And I guarantee you way more Black and Latino people that they would ever expect and would ever actually show up at that rally. The only way you probably see how many Blacks and Latinos would show up is that you have to see alternative news outlets that covered it. Because, see, I guarantee you, if you turn on MSNBC and Trump did a rally in Chicago like we're about to hear, or up there in the Bronx, and a whole bunch of Blacks and Latinos showed up, they would be standing right out front. We're out here at the White Nationalist Convention in the Bronx, where Black people are protesting as they're walking into the rally with their MAGA hats on, but they're going in to show solidarity against the white nationalists, I think. But it's obvious we can't go inside and show you because we have an obligation to our viewers not to show this type of rhetoric. No, we got an obligation to our viewers not to show you that Black folks and Latinos are walking away from the Democrat Party and Trump's not hated by him. That's what we got an obligation to do. So let's go to Shark Town and see if Mayor Coney is doing any better.
Anti-immigrant.
Oh, what?
Illegal. Call ICE. Send them all back.
Holy, do you see this old player right here? Jerome's in the house. I say Jerome's in the house. Shut your mouth. This old player came down there with a psychedelic suit on, matching hat, and reading off his notes. Said, let me get this, Mike. Let me tell you something. I'm immigration. Okay, sounds like a white nationalist to me. Send them back.
Waiting across the Rio Grande and don't obey our immigration and naturalization laws. And to see another group come over here, it's disgraceful. It is un-American.
It's un-American. Y'all hear this, old timer? To see another group come over here, it's disgraceful and un-American. I'm feeling you, Pops. Go ahead, man. And ain't nobody gonna say nothing to him because he done lived long enough to be able to say this.
And these rules that you have, the rules, who made these rules?
Mayor
When did
Conehead.
our ultimate vote for these rules?
I say he should be the mayor. These rules that you have, Mayor Conehead, who made these rules? Who voted for these rules? See, you just wake up one day in one of these cities and y'all are a sanctuary city somehow. You wake up one day, take your kid to school, and you're like, okay, where's all his normal friends? Oh, well, yeah, they've all been displaced because we have 30 new illegal immigrants in your classroom that don't speak English. Your kid's now the minority. Little Timmy's going to have to learn Spanish now, along with me, the teacher, because I don't know it either. I woke up this morning and this was my new class. So, Timmy, we got to stick together. We got to stick together. The rest of the kids, I don't even know how to communicate with. We'll learn this together, Timmy. So now this dude right here is saying nobody voted for this mess, but that's how the Democrats like it. You think they want votes?
When did the people have time to participate in making these rules? And one of y'all came over to me, Mr. Blakemore, we got little children. What about the black children in the ghetto?
Ooh, you tell them, Pops. Coming over to me talking about, we got little children. What about the black children in the ghetto? In the ghetto? Tell them, Pops, what you got to say.
We got to make a future for them.
Preach.
These others will move them out. Move us out and then come in to compete with jobs, goods, and contracts and services. A historian Carl Addison said that they have a negative effect on the black community.
Oh, see, they thought they got them an old crazy one like Joe Biden, not him. He said they say, historians say, when they come in, they have a negative effect on the black community. But see, Mayor Conehead don't know that. He don't realize, and the Biden administration, I guess they don't realize that the people who suffer the most are their precious Latinos who they claim they love and black folks who they claim they love. When you import a whole bunch of illegal immigrants and then throw them right into these communities, now you got to hear Pop get up there and preach a sermon off the floor.
I'm strictly advocating for black people and call ICE on them. Trump, come in here. Clean this mess up.
Woo! I love him. I want one of those. I want me a nice, old, very candid grandpop like that. He said, I'm advocating for ICE to come in here. Trump, come here and clean this mess up. And Mayor Conehead is in the audience, sitting up front, listening to this. I wonder how he's taking it, y'all.
The most corrupt city in the United States is the city of Chicago. And that's not
Cheryl edit.
I love it. Because it is corrupt. We're about to hear from Mayor Conehead in a quick second, y'all. He made a second appearance on my show. I think he was on it last night. But yeah, Conehead, he don't like it. He don't like what he's hearing. See, now I'm telling you, man, this is an excellent opportunity. This gets under my skin. You got all of these clips that is everywhere on the internet of black, Latino, other minorities all saying, where's Trump? Sending out the Trump signal. We want Trump. And nothing will give the left a bigger black eye than to come in and throw a huge party in their backyard. If Trump was to say, you know what? I think the time is right. The conditions, the star, the moon lined up. Their attitude is just right. Their pain is just perfect. They're ripe for the pickings. This is the moment to drop a big fat appearance in these cities right here and garnish a heap of support while focusing on all of the garbage that these people have been going through. Don't get off topic. Focus on their pain. Come straight in. Don't let the media or any of them take you off script and talk about. come in and say, I'm focusing on exactly what's going on here in Chicago and in New York. And I think we would have success in those cities. I'm not saying, they all wake up one day. We're all conservatives now. But they might be temporary conservatives to get out of this mess. And once they get a taste of what conservative governing can do to their economic status, to their safety, to their school systems, they might just say, hey, we're going back to how we started off when they allowed us to vote, voting for conservatives. But let's see what Mayor Conehead is saying up here.
The issue was a non-binding referendum that some aldermen wanted to put on the ballot next spring to let Chicagoans weigh in on whether they want to remain a sanctuary city.
Oh, democracy.
That effort was resoundingly defeated. Asylum seekers continue to come to Chicago from Texas in a move seen by some as an effort to embarrass or overburden sanctuary cities like Chicago. The fight to let voters weigh in on the sanctuary policy was shut down today.
Repealing the ordinance will do nothing to stop the buses.
During a special city council meeting to put a non-binding referendum on the ballot in March, the mayor and his allies used a procedural move to prevent a vote on the referendum itself.
Wait a minute. What happened to democracy? What happened to that? So wait, we've been hearing these black folks up in Chicago in Shitetown for months, mad, complaining, saying, get these people out of here. We don't want a sanctuary city. Let's vote on it. We've been hearing also for years, the Democrats, we're here to fight for our democracy. We're here to take care about them. We're defending democracy. And yet, what are they doing every moment they get? Shutting it down. We don't really want no votes. That's why we got to get Trump off the ballot. You think we're going to leave it up to y'all? We already know what we have going on. We know our agenda. And giving y'all the right to vote on it would completely derail it. So what are we going to do? We're not going to let you people vote on this because it's going to expose that the people don't want this. And it will also expose that, well, that's what democracy looks like. So we can't show what democracy should look like by letting the people vote. We got to come up with some bootleg crap to say we can't have a vote. Now, you ready for Mayor Conehead's excuse of why they shouldn't have had a vote? Even though you've been having these town hall meetings, dodging them, scared, running, canceling them because of the heat that's coming down on you. So let's see what he has to say.
It is a shame that you all are scared. What are you scared of?
Democracy.
To let the people have a voice.
Yeah. They're scared because they know the people don't like their policies. That's why they're scared. They're scared because they're going, we are losing in every area. The young folk don't like us no more. Old folk don't like us no more. Black folk. Chinese, we getting hated all over the place. But we still got enough powerful people in places from our years and years of manipulation and nestling ourselves in, strongholds, to where we could just bypass democracy. So who cares if they're starting to hate us? See, it's about who controls the voting process, who counts the votes, stuff like that. So we're not going to even give you a chance, just like we're not giving any of Joe Biden's candidates that's running against him a chance in all of these other states. We don't want you on the ballot, not you either. Okay, Joe's our guy. Shut that mess down. Let's move on. This is crazy, but these are the same people who are saying it's okay to remove Trump from the ballot because they're saving and protecting democracy, but won't even have a vote in Chicago.
Allowed for Alderman Bill to speak to an item that does no longer exist.
The meeting was then quickly adjourned. Supporters of Chicago's sanctuary city status claiming victory.
Dummies.
We're gathered today to celebrate the city.
Our own demise? See, these are the leftover dummies in Chicago right here. To celebrate our own demise.
Council just voted to reject efforts to put a divisive anti-immigrant question on the ballot.
There you go. Divisive anti-immigration question on the ballot. Can't even put it on the ballot. Now, why is it divisive? We're not talking about American citizens. We're talking about illegal immigrants. But you want to talk about immigration. Immigration is not on the ballot. Illegal immigration is on the ballot. Being a sanctuary city is on the ballot. You know what else is on the ballot? The safety of your neighborhoods and communities. The finances that can go to the people who are living there. Building up that community, education, all of that stuff. The violence that comes along with this influx of illegal immigrants. All of that was on the ballot that y'all removed out of the hands of the people by Mayor Conehead and you radicals. Stupid radicals. And then going to say it's divisive. Yeah, see, it's never just, you know what, this is something we all should have a vote on and make a decision as American citizens. Because, see, remember, this is our city, our country, our state. We can vote who we allow to come in or not. But you're going to bully me and label me as divisive, and anti-immigrant. Nobody's anti-immigrant. They always do this. They always leave out illegal.
One of the aldermen asking for the referendum, frustrated but not surprised.
The pressure valve in the city of Chicago is already set at maximum because of this administration and his allies who have been unwilling to have an open, honest conversation.
Look, we can have critical conversations.
Oh, God.
We're not saying that we cannot. We don't need a question on the ballot that is going to be weaponized and manipulated to sow divisions in our community.
And that's exactly what you just did. You just said, just to have a question on the ballot that impacts all of these Chicago citizens' lives, we don't need to have that on there, because I'm going to now say that question is not a question that might protect and change Chicagoans' lives, but instead it's anti-immigration, it's divisive, it's hateful, and this and that. So all we can do is just talk about it. We don't want to vote about it. We don't want to vote about it. We want to talk about it. Y'all can go ahead and get out there in the streets all you want. You can grab the mic in all these city councils and say the stuff that the old man said. But don't you put this mess on the ballot, because it will expose that democracy is not real in our Democrat cities. And unfortunately, probably in some of our Republican cities and states too. But definitely in Democrat cities. But see, look how they cover it up, though. Because remember, they're fighting for
Mayor
democracy.
Johnson later defending the vote as democracy in action.
Democracy in action.
It's about making sure that we're providing solutions.
Y'all hear Coney?
Showing up to a fight without a solution is irresponsible and negligent.
Now, y'all hear that bull crap come out of that Conehead? The man who said this is what democracy looks like. When we take away democracy, don't allow the people to vote. And my excuse is, only way we should put this on the ballot is if y'all all came in with a plan. And since y'all ain't coming in with a solution, there's no reason to put it on the ballot. The plan is send those people back. The plan is stop letting us be an open sanctuary city. How about that? That's on the ballot. That's the plan. If you get rid of us being a sanctuary city, you don't have to be obligated to take these people in. If you take a stance like Abbott, if you actually recognize the source of the problem, stop misplacing the blame, we can stop this mess. But that guy don't want to do that. Because Joe Biden probably called and said, they want to vote. Listen, man, hush up, boy. You better tell them folks to hush up. Why you think we installed you? We want you to go ahead and do what we told you to do. Now, don't let these people vote just like we're trying to stop Trump from doing it. So this guy right there just said that while telling everybody, this is democracy working. It's working, y'all. Like, the people are responsible to come with a plan for this. You're the mayor. Okay, you should be executing the will of the people. If the people say we don't want this mess, then how about you say, well, that's the people have spoken. So I got to change the direction that I'm going in, the way I'm handling this. But see, Democrat control says shut up. We will tell y'all what's important, what's going to happen, what direction we're going in. We just go ahead and lie to y'all right around voting time. Right around voting time. And then after that, we take the wheel and say, shut up, kids in the back. We're going all over the place. Wait, I thought we were taking us to Wally World. Nope. Outdoor park. Here we go.
Alderman Lopez says he is resigned to the fact that the effort to put the city sanctuary status to voters is going nowhere in the city council. But he did say it was hypocritical of the mayor to allow disruptors in council meetings to have their say while not letting the people of Chicago have their say on this issue. But then again, you could say this is Chicago politics.
It is Chicago politics. It's Democrat politics. While they run around telling us it's all about democracy. They're quite clever. They're quite clever and deceptive. They've come up with a very interesting strategy of illusion. Now, there you go. Jedi mind tricks. This is democracy. You cannot vote. And this is democracy. Yes. By not allowing us to vote is democracy. Yeah, I'm going a little over because it's Friday night, y'all. And we ain't finished making fun of these folks. Just a little longer, y'all. Just a little longer. I'm on a roll because, see, now that we're done with Mayor Conehead and the Biden administration, we got to go ahead and handle the real muscle behind all of this nonsense. And that is who?
There you go.
The media. So now on to Trump. See, they can't have this. They can't have black folks walking away, Asian, Latino. They can't have that mess going on, y'all. They can't be looking at these poll numbers and saying Biden's getting trashed and trumped. They can't do that. They got to come up with a way to do what Mayor Conehead just did. Don't let these people vote for Trump, but it's a little more difficult than what Mayor Conehead just did. This is on a global stage. I mean, a national stage. So let's see what we can come up with. Trump's an insurrectionist and Hitler. Now, before I get into this last section, I want to remind everybody that I uploaded to my alternative channel the first phase of me exposing this whole bootleg J6 garbage. And boy, wait until you see phase 2 and 3. So I'm going to upload the first one to this channel. See, this was the test. I need to see if YouTube is going to pull it down off of my alternative channel. I don't want to upload it to this one and they go, what did he just say? But they still might do it because some of the stuff I'm exposing, some of the clips and stuff, you know, since I have a bigger audience on this channel, there's a high probability they're probably looking at and listening to these videos a little more closely on this channel. So I'm going to take the risk, y'all. I would rather y'all subscribe to my alternative channel and watch it. And you know, it's a little less risky, but y'all are going over there as quick as I need y'all to, y'all. So Don, if you could, please post the link to the alternative channel. And then you could watch the first phase tonight, right after the show. And then I'm going to upload the second phase probably over the weekend, second and third. But now, let's go ahead and get into this, y'all, because this is the last ditch effort. That's right. Throw the Hitler bomb, y'all. Blue 32, Hitler bomb on 3. Blue 32, hut. So let's hear it, y'all.
Liz Cheney's been talking about that I am also obsessed with is kind of what damage he could do within government without even necessarily breaking the law. Like how he could use the levers of government to bend to his will. You've worked in government. What scares you the most?
The possibilities are almost limitless. And I spent nearly 2 years asking that question to people. And I wrote it in this book, Blowback, but to try to paint that picture, to try to understand what he would actually do by talking to all of my former colleagues at different departments and agencies under Trump and asking them that question. What will happen in a second term? The biggest...
What would happen in a second term? Can we draw conclusions from what happened in the first term? I think the only difference in the second term is that he would expose and, take away the power from the deep state in the swamp. Other than that, his policies probably are going to go back to what they were that made the country great when he was president. Just trying to get and clear the pathway of you guys throwing all this garbage out there. Fake folks in his cabinet, fake prosecutions, FBI undermining him, CIA undermining, all of that crap. Besides that, my expectation is Trump's going to come in and be practical, reasonable, and address the same issues that he addressed the first time. And if he's able to do that without all of that garbage we saw happen the first time, then we'll be fine. So now here he is saying, we're trying to deduce and figure out what he might do this time. Because all the stuff we said he was going to do the first time that he didn't do, we're now going to tell you this time he's really going to do it. So here we go.
Biggest concerns for me are on the national security side. I think Americans still don't understand the full extent of the president's powers and things Donald Trump could do, bubble wrapped in legalese, that would be damaging to the republic. And one of those that I've noted is there's something in the White House called the Doomsday Book.
Oh, now that sounds scary. Like the Booger Man, y'all. The Doomsday Book. Dun, dun, dun. Did y'all ever hear the Doomsday Book? Unbelievable. So now they like, all right, listen, that deep state, you know it's bad when the deep state are telling journalists, you got the okay to go out and mention this so-called Doomsday Book, because we now got to make the public think that there's a secret book that the president, if he finds this doomsday book, if he gets his hands on this doomsday book, it's going to be doomsday. So let's hear about this doomsday book, y'all.
For the first time, DHS gave authorization for me to mention this publicly.
Just for you? Why did they do that? Why haven't we heard about this doomsday book before? Or is this another strategy that they're willing to violate all their sources and methods and, we cannot ever talk about stuff because stuff never, this and that. We can't do that. But for you, we're going to go ahead and tell you about a doomsday book. Now, you think they opened that doomsday book up and said, this is actually what it means. This is what it says. No, they just said, here's a book. Go out there and tell them all kind of evil things could happen if Trump gets his hand on it. Well, what's in it? We can't share it. We can't share that. We'll just let you make it up. So now this guy's about to come out here and use his wild imagination to tell us what's in the doomsday book and what Trump could possibly do if he get his evil hands on that doomsday book. Dun, dun, dun.
And the fact that there are concerns that that book, which is supposed to be used to protect the country in instances of armed foreign invasion or rebellion, it's the president's most extraordinary powers, could be picked up by Trump.
And so in the hands of Trump, that doomsday book becomes a doomsday weapon. Yeah, not in Biden. The one that'd be like, hey, look, I found a book. It's called George, Curious George. No, that's the doomsday book, Mr. President. What? Oh, this is a book about popcorn and I? No. Doomsday book. What do you want me to do with it? But this guy right here is saying it could be picked up by Donald Trump. Now, notice what he said. He said the book is used in case of emergencies. But now what he's trying to, he slid that in quick. He don't want you to remember that part. He don't want you to remember that part. He wants you to focus on all of the embellishment that's coming after that. Because see, he said it's supposed to be used in, it's a special book that shows what the president can do in case of emergencies. But then he says, but it could be picked up by Donald Trump, meaning if Donald Trump becomes president, there is no legitimate emergency out there that would justify Trump using the doomsday book. He wouldn't need an emergency. He wouldn't need to wait and say, you know what? Okay, we're being under attack from North Korea right now. They're invading the country. I might have to go into the doomsday book and figure out something. Trump would just use that doomsday book for sheer evil. He would get in that White House. I'm back. I'm back in here. It's so good to be. What is this book? What is this? I never noticed it. What? Oh, the doomsday book. And just start using it on society. This is what this dude's doing, but he don't think I see it. He don't think I'm catching it. Hey.
And used for domestic political purposes. He could invoke powers we've never heard a president of the United States invoke, potentially to shut down companies or turn off the internet or deploy the U.S. military on U.S. soil. We don't know because, the things that are in there, the emergency powers of the president, aren't widely known to the American people. So
So why did they tell you about it? See, that's what you got to ask yourself. If he was a real journalist, first thing you should do is say, why me? Why are y'all telling me about the doomsday? But oh, you want me to go out and do the bidding of the deep state like CNN and MSNBC always does? See, you want us to go out there. So what other narratives you want us to do to try to stop Trump? Because he's going to dismantle you guys. Yeah, speak to me in my ear. Okay, you're going to help me write a book by telling me about a doomsday book. So now here he is embellishing about the doomsday book. All this evil. If Trump gets his hands on this magical book, he just might go ham and start using it on us. Like a Harry Potter book or something, a spell.
A big worry for people like me and others about what he could do. But that weaponization of the government could extend across the interagency to places where we haven't seen it before. The Department of Education, the Department of Veterans Affairs, ways to wield that power and those budgets to help his allies and to hurt his enemies.
This is amazing. But see, it's only amazing if you see through it. Like this stuff is probably actually in certain people's mind watching this, they're internalized. They're probably scared. They're probably sitting there going, man, we can't vote this guy in. There's a doomsday book out there. They're not realizing that they're being read like a spy novel right now. This guy is like, I'm giving him nothing but fiction. I'm storytelling. That's what I'm doing. So he's talking about Trump get this doomsday book. He just go mad and just start shutting down the internet and using the book to go ahead and put. What these people are really worried about is Trump coming in and saying, you know what? We got a bloated government. We got folks that are unelected, but they're in here as deep state actors. We got departments that are unnecessary. We got agencies that are betraying the country and been weaponized against the people and the presidency. We got all of this going on. And guess what? I got the executive authority to get rid of them. There goes MSNBC's line and connection to propaganda. If they're not getting the CIA calling them, telling them what's going on, and the FBI, or what else you want us to say? There it is. If the FBI can't be snooping around with all their equipment and stuff, listening in on Trump's calls, because all that equipment has been stored in some type of warehouse under lock and key, and the military is watching over it, there goes their power. See, they're only as good as the technology and the infrastructure that they have put in place over decades. You remove all of that, you remove the executive authority that is granted to them by the executive branch, which the president is over, then it all collapses. It all collapses. And they are fighting like heck to keep it. And here they send this dodo bird out here talking about a doomsday book.
To be clear, those aren't just elites. To Donald Trump, his enemies include people who live in blue states. I remember him not wanting to deliver emergency aid to blue states.
When anybody know this reference right here? I couldn't even find it. I was sitting like, what is he talking? I remember when Donald Trump didn't want to, deliver aid to cities in blue. You mean like Joe Biden, who never ended up coming up to Ohio, East Palestine, never showed up. I'm coming, don't worry, I've been busy. Taking beaches and stuff like that and eating chocolate chip and, more vacations and stuff. Been busy, I'm coming though. Still never came. Took forever to address that. But here he is talking about Trump didn't want to give, and Hawaii. Yeah, but Trump didn't want to give aid to certain cities just because they were blue.
Because he didn't like them, because they didn't like him.
I mean,
wow. Good grief. And there's the leprechaun again with green. For some reason, I don't understand why she does this. She got the bright red hair with the green on all the time, looking like they're always after me, Lucky Charms. Always. But nonetheless, she's go, wow, yeah, I remember that. So you're telling me that Trump said, I don't like these blue states because they don't like me. There's no other context to that. There's no other reason why Trump might have said, hold up, don't send the money yet. Easy. Could it be the leaders was playing games, maybe want to use the money for something stupid or abuse them? See, could it be? I know it's deeper. I don't even know the details of what they're talking about, but I know it's not what that man just said. See, this is, once you get trained to see what they're doing, you ain't even got to go into a deep dive into it. I'm going, I know it didn't happen. Just like the leprechaun and this Pop-Tart just said it happened. He just said they didn't give aid to those people because the people they didn't like Trump and Trump didn't like it. No, wait, Trump didn't give aid to them because he didn't like them. He didn't like the fact that they didn't like him. Something stupid like that. And here's the leprechaun. Yeah, wow. Raggedy Patty.
Miles, the doomsday book, I think it's safe to say we don't want in Donald Trump's hands. Anthony, one of the...
They're trying everything, y'all. They done broke out the doomsday book. I think it's safe to say we don't want that doomsday book in Donald Trump's hands. And don't tell him what he would do with it now. Everybody go out and vote for Joe Biden. This is bad. Oh, look at this. Here's another one. Here's another effort.
The state of our union is frankly stunned watching the leading Republican presidential candidate, Donald Trump, quote one of our nation's foremost adversaries.
Now, look at fake crapper coming out trying to look all sincere and perplexed. He's confused. He's stunned. Frankly, I'm stunned. I'm just flabbergasted when one of our leading candidates came out and made statements like this referring to Vladimir Putin. Now, he got to pretend that he doesn't understand the context of what Trump is talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and hear fake crapper.
Vladimir Putin as a sort of character witness while on the stump in New Hampshire last night.
A sort of character witness while on the stump in New Hampshire last night. So I want to hear about this because I'm sure when I hear Trump come out, he's going to say, listen, I'm applying to become president of the United States. And if you want some references, please call up Vladimir Putin, call up Kim Jong-un, and make sure you call up Xi. They'll all give you references on me. I'm sure that's what Trump's about to say, right? So now let's hear this character reference that he brought up about Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Russia says that Biden's, and this is a quote, politically motivated persecution of his political rival is very good for Russia because it shows the rottenness of the American political system, which cannot pretend to teach others about democracy.
Wow. I don't see what the problem is. I totally understood the context of what Trump was talking about. I mean, I'm shocked that Jake Fake Crapper is looking perplexed over this. He's looking confused. He's bewildered. I'm shocked that he would say something like this. So once again, here we go down this fake crap. So now, and you know what's crazy is these Democrats in the fake news use Russia for all occasions so much that it almost makes you look at Putin as not that bad. You know it's bad when you start going, is Putin really that bad? Or could it be these liars are using every single thing that they can use to stop Trump by saying, Putin, Russia. If you don't ever hear he's a traitor because he likes Putin. He says something about Putin. When you see them abusing the Putin card, after a while you start wondering like, man, is it Putin or is it these folks? Now, I'm not saying Putin needs a pass. We ain't giving him a Putin pass. Don't get me wrong. We know what Putin's about. These are the ones that we have to let all of our Americans realize they're just as bad. Because these folks right here are using Putin to divide our country, to demonize Trump, and then launch a full-blown investigation and impeachment, tried to launch an impeachment on Trump over the Putin lie. He negotiated with Putin in order to win the election. So they're worse than Russia.
Might think such a point need not be made, but Vladimir Putin, a former KGB official with blood on his hands, who regularly sides with American adversaries, both rhetorically and with arms, and who right now has at least 2 Americans, Evan Gershkovich and Paul Whelan, unjustly detained. Vladimir Putin is not a credible source of information about American democracy.
Yeah, you see him out there, he got his ink pen in his hand and everything. You would think this is actually not common sense. Vladimir Putin, so he's going to give us a little breakdown of Putin and all of his evil and corruption and all of that stuff and this and that in his history. However, what I'm not going to do is fake crapper, is address the statement that Trump said. And I'm not going to question whether what Putin said about the current government and what they're doing to Trump is true or not. You think I got time as a CIA, FBI, whatever operative that I am, fake crapper? You think fake crapper got the time to analyze the validity of what Putin said? Is it true? Is that accurate, regardless of who it's coming out of? But instead, I'm going to go ahead and divert away from the validity of the statement by simply saying just because it came out of Putin, then we can't even question it. We can't say, well, yeah, you got a point. Not to mention, though, fake crapper knows the context and what Trump is saying this. Now, what they should have did is left this whole statement alone. They should have left it alone. But they're so thirsty to make Trump look like he is a traitor, he's a communist, he's a Marxist, he's a fascist, he's a dictator, that they took this opportunity just because he mentioned Putin to open up a can of worms, to shine the spotlight on what Trump was referencing. Once you hear them whining and crying about he channeled Putin and he used them, now people with some type of intelligence will go back and listen to it and say CNN's the real culprit. Because as I listened to that, what Trump was really doing is insulting the Biden administration. He was really showing how even corrupt dictators that we claim is always destroying democracy and we have to go against we got to fight Putin and we got to support Russia and Ukraine. We got to do all of that. Even those dictators are looking at America going, y'all say we bad? Y'all saying we're wilding? We didn't come up with the fake phony Russia dossier. We didn't sit back and go running around talking about Trump's a Russian agent. We didn't tap Trump's wires. We didn't do that. We didn't rig the election. Y'all did. We didn't try to drop 4 indictments on Trump. We didn't go ahead and raid his crib at Mar-a-Lago. We didn't do that. That was you guys that did that. And yet y'all are talking about we got to go over and defend Ukraine's border and fight for democracy over there. Please, No time to lecture Pootie or anybody else. Trump was really using that reference as an indictment against the current administration acting just like they accuse Putin of acting. That's what he was doing. I hated to have to help fake crapper out like that, but he's sitting there with his ink pen and his fancy glasses on, pretending he doesn't understand. He don't understand why Trump would reference that.
Much less American jurisprudence. Vladimir Putin seeks to undermine the United States and its allies, whether in Europe or Asia or the Middle East. And
not us, though. See, and Putin's not a reliable source of information like us. Fake news. Fake crapper. I'm a reliable source. The people who bought into every deep state narrative that they threw out, the people who said the Hunter Biden laptop wasn't real, it was once again Russian disinformation. They have slung so much on Russia, it's almost like, man, they're lying as much on Russia as they are on Trump. Jeez. I mean, how many times they didn't blame Russia? Russia blew up their own pipeline. Russia for all the Russians responsible for our gas prices. Russia's responsible for inflation. Russia's responsible for... So now, at some point, you beat that horse so bad, people start saying, is Russia the problem? Is Russia really the problem? So now, fake crappers talking about Putin's evil. He's not a reliable source. He doesn't know anything about democracy. Do you?
Yet despite this, or maybe by now because of it, I can no longer tell, Mr. Trump stands poised to do very well in the Republican Iowa caucuses on January 15th in less than a month. He has...
You hear the sarcasm? In spite of the those things I just listed about Putin, Trump still, well, it could be because of that. So basically, I'm going to drop that subliminal into your head that Trump is referencing Putin because Putin is a dictator and he's evil. Not in spite of. It could also be because he's that way and Trump likes it. He wants to be like that.
It's only expanded his lead. Doug, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just empirically stunning. For any major presidential candidate to be quoting approvingly Vladimir Putin smearing American democracy. I don't care if it's Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, or Donald Trump. It's absolutely stunning. It's
absolutely stunning. I don't care. I mean, he's smearing. No, you're smearing our democracy. The Democrats are smearing our democracy. Putin ain't got nothing on the Democrats. She ain't got nothing on the fake news and the Democrats. The Democrats in the deep state are running the United States just like China and dang on Russia. They just know how to hide it. They just know how to create the illusion of democracy, just like we saw take place up there in Chicago. While they sat back and said, this right here is democracy in action. Now you can't vote on this. There you have it. Democracy is fulfilled. This is how we defend our democracy, by taking Trump off the ballot, indicting this man, and he's the leading front runner. Indicting him 4 times, 91 charges, felony charges, stuff like that. 2 impeachments, wiretapping, fake phony dossiers, deep state intel community lying on him. All of that. This is democracy to these people. And they're saying Putin, he should be weighing in on what's going on. No, that's just an observation. That man right there is just saying, look at this crap. Y'all pretending like we don't see this. Right now, the reason they hate Putin and they hate us too is because at this point, I'm saying what Putin is seeing, I'm seeing too. I'm not going to let my disdain for Putin compromise my common sense to be able to recognize what Putin said is true. Dang on it.
Stunning, but it's not surprising because we've seen Trump do this time and time again. This isn't new news with Donald Trump. It's just the latest iteration of what strongman he wants to connect him to. But while this is Trump echoing Putin, it's not clear that this is really echoing throughout the country.
It's not.
You see these clips, people absorb them, and then they go out and they buy a sandwich. And that sandwich is $15 now when it used to be $9.75 before COVID.
Because of Putin. Yeah, that $15 sandwich right now is because of Putin and his price hikes. That's what that is, y'all. So yeah, they want us to be focused on Trump mentioning Putin, even though we know the context and what he was saying. See, because if they really interpreted what Trump was saying, they would have to say what Trump is saying is that America looks very hypocritical, and we are actually operating like a communist country, a dictatorship, a tyrannical regime, a fascist regime, a Marxist regime. We're operating just like that. And it's sad when evil dictators are going, look at that. That's exactly what we do. And yet these people are talking about we need to defend these people's borders. Yeah, done timed out again. Thing on YouTube. But yeah, that's what happens. These dictators are looking over here going, y'all shouldn't be able to say anything to us. Y'all are just as bad as us. What are you talking about? So that's what they would have to really report on if Jake Tapper would, address it like he sees it in real life. Because Jake, he knows the context. But he got to pretend to his audience that he's shocked. He's bewildered. He can't see the meaning behind what Trump was saying. I'm going to look at it on the surface, meaning he said something about Putin. Therefore, he likes Putin. And he's giving Putin props. He's using Putin as a reference, y'all. Here we go.
Everything that Americans are spending money on is more expensive today, or they're not spending money because they can't afford the financing for a car or a house. And at the same time, we have a CBS poll that shows that just 7% think that Joe Biden has the strength and stamina to be president. I think that's what voters are reacting to. It's why Trump is leading in these polls, despite what he's been saying in campaign rallies throughout the country.
So wait, you telling me and you telling fake crapper that folks aren't walking around saying, Trump said something about vermin, so therefore I can't vote for him? You're telling me that they're not walking around going, what? Trump referenced Vladimir Putin. Oh, crap. There we go again. What? There's a doomsday book out there. That right there just goes ahead and trumps my pockets. It's hard to afford food and gas and stuff, but you know what? That doomsday book, you never know how Trump's going to use it. So now he has to go ahead and be the voice of reason on CNN, even though he's compromised as well, too. But at least he made a little sense.
Reality check there
from
Doug.
Listen to this.
Okay, but I think it's a bit un-American for a former president to be lauding a dictator who is holding to Americans. And in the context of a presidential contest,
lauding a dictator. Do you think that's what the goal was? You think that statement was designed to say, you know what? I support Putin. I support the dictatorship. That's like me saying, you know what? Even the devil recognizes evil. You're lauding the devil. You're supporting the devil. I mean, and that's a statement that people have used. If you say, okay, if a Christian gets caught in some shenanigans, folks that aren't Christians, you don't think demons are able to recognize, yeah, gotcha. That right there, that's not Christian behavior. Ooh, you can't be out there telling folks this and that, and you up here doing it. Even the devil recognizes that. Oh, well, I'm referencing the devil. I said, there you go. He's lauding Satan. He's lauding Satan. All Trump was saying was even the devil recognizes evil. There you have it. But you don't want to look at that evil. You want to say, well, then you must like Satan. That's how stupid this sounds. But here she is. You're lauding. Yeah, you're lauding. And watch her suspend all common sense with trying to make this stick.
When we are seeing actually economic numbers moving in a more positive direction, we'll see how if that holds. I do think this matters to Americans.
Why?
I do think people will question, particularly when it is a binary choice, who is it? I mean, that kind of...
Just because I said it? I do think this matters to Americans that this is a binary choice between Creepy Sleepy and Donald Trump. Why would this matter again, lady? Y'all ready for this?
Talk is actually also bad for the American economy. That's
because talk about Putin like that is also bad for the American economy. How? I don't know, but I thought it was a cool thing to say because I'm a propagandist.
It's not going to make markets feel particularly confident. That's not going to help bring costs down. That's not a person who has an agenda for trying to bring costs down. So I completely agree with the economic concerns. Wow. But again, the presidential election becomes, who of these two men cares about me and is actually going to try to make my life better? I don't think the guy quoting Putin
is the one. All of that means that Joe Biden should be up by.
Yeah. I don't think the guy quoting Putin is going to really, the guy who turned everybody's lives around economically the last time. Yeah, I can't put my faith in that guy versus the guy who destroyed everybody's lives economically this time. There you go. So I don't think the guy who referenced Putin is going to be do you understand how shallow and stupid these arguments are? Their arguments and defense of this crap is so paper thin. And I'm like, man, I want to get on one of these shows. That guy who just, kind of checked her, he even give her the business like he should have. I would be sitting right next to her like, that was the dumbest crap I've ever heard. Are you seriously saying that him referencing Putin is going to tank the market? Tank the market. She threw that out there like, okay, I have pretty much nothing to say. What that guy just said was true. So I'm just going to say, yeah, referencing Putin to tank the market.
Make my life better. I don't think the guy quoting Putin
All
is
of
the
that
one.
means that Joe Biden should be up by 15 points then.
Thank you.
You look at
yeah, if people were concerned about that, Joe Biden should be up. If it was a binary choice about, oh, well, the Trump's talking about Putin again. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to have to go with Joe Biden. Nobody cares about this. This is their Hail Mary right about now. Unbelievable that she would even try to pull this crap off.
You drill down in the states, Michigan, North Carolina, Arizona, Trump's doing very well.
So it's not just the media and Trump's rivals like Nikki Haley and Chris Christie that are criticizing him. Former Speaker of the House Paul Ryan said something, some very stark criticism of Donald Trump.
Who cares? Paul Ryan. Now they really digging. They're like, all right, we need some help. We need a Hail Mary. Shoot, who haven't we heard for? We need another never Trumper. Paul Ryan. Let's bring in Paul Rhino. Let's listen to what Paul Rhino has to say about Trump.
I've never heard him say publicly quite as starkly before. Let's roll that.
Trump's not a conservative. He's an authoritarian narcissist. He's a populist authoritarian narcissist. So historically speaking, all of his tendencies are, basically we're narcissists.
He's not an authoritarian. He's a populist, narcissist, all that stuff. Okay. Well, okay, he's very popular. He's a populist. That's why all of you rhinos are getting exposed. But secondly, even if he is a narcissist, use it. Use it for our good. One of the characteristics of a narcissist is he don't like failure. He don't like being exposed as not being able to win or do something. He's arrogant enough to keep trying until he can get it done. He's like, I can do this. Every good person, like a strong leader, has to have a little bit of narcissism in them. Meaning this, they got to have a no-fail attitude. I was playing a stupid video game. I don't play video games. I was playing pool on my phone. On my phone, y'all. Playing pool on my phone. I played probably for like 2 hours straight. You know why? I was looking for a glorious death. I started off and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play until somebody beat me. That's what I'm going to do. I couldn't walk away. I won like 7 or 8 games straight. And I'm just like, I know I need to go to sleep. But you know what? Who's next? In every game I went in to play, I'm thinking, I'm going to win this game. You think I went in going, I hope I do okay. I won it. You got to have a little bit of arrogance, not to the point where it becomes toxic, but I don't want to go into a battle or a war with people second guessing whether we are going to come out on top. I never played a football game that I thought we were going to lose. Never. I never played any game that I thought it was, even if it's the first time. Hey, Kay, have you ever played this game? No, I never played it. You want to play? Sure, I'm going to win. In my head, I'm like, somehow I'm going to pull it out. I'll pull it out. So you got to have that mentality when you go in. I want a little bit of that, not to the point where you jeopardize and put other people's lives in danger and it's so big, your ego's that big to where you're not thinking about the people. But Trump would never want to be viewed as a failure to the people who put their trust in him. He boasted about all of the accomplishments that he knocked off every single time. He would be like, look, I did this. I did not tell you I was going to do that. I did this. I did that. Look what I'm doing, guys. Now, you could call that boasting, but I call it progress. I'm sitting there saying, thank you. That's one down. What's next, Trump? What's on the list? Because it's benefiting all of us. So if his narcissism benefits the rest of it, narcissist on Trump, narcissist on us to making America great again. But here's the rhino trying to make it seem like that's all bad.
Takes him, which is whatever makes him popular, makes him feel good at any given moment. He thinks in an authoritarian way. And he's been able to get a big chunk of the Republican base to follow him because, he's the culture warrior.
Look.
Because he's the culture warrior. No. It's not just because he's the culture warrior. It's because he's the common sense warrior. Not the culture warrior. I mean, nobody needs Trump to tell us that transgender rights for kids is crazy. Trump don't need to tell us that. Trump don't need to tell us that having an open border is crazy. Trump don't need to tell us that. These are common sense things. The cultural war were brought to our shores. We weren't walking around looking for kids' books talking about sex in the classroom. They stuck it in there. We caught them. And then we got a problem with it. But you guys are always looking for the intercultural. We're not doing that. We want to mind our business. We want to make money. We want to grow the country, make it strong. There you go. Leave us be. Do your own private thing where you do it. Just don't do your thing with my thing. We'll be okay. But yet, they're trying to make it seem like it's all about Trump saying, I'm going to use all of these cultural issues to galvanize my... No, it's I'm going to recognize these cultural issues that they're shoving in society, and I'm going to call it out. And guess what? All of the people who say, I saw the same thing, Trump. I saw it just like you saw it. I feel you, Chief. Just like Hustle Man in my show. That's right, Chief. I wish Trump would come up here. You know what I'm saying, Chief? That's what I'm saying. I feel you, Chief. So now let's close out here. We got 1 minute and 54 seconds left in this garbage.
I mean, I'm glad. Welcome to the party, Paul Ryan.
Oh.
Where have you been for so long? You know, before it was
under his rhino shell.
Because he wasn't electable, not because he was an authoritarian, even after January 6th. So that I'm glad.
There you go. I don't know who this black chick is that done brought in another witch. They all witched up, man. Everybody they bring on that show is witched up. Surprised they don't have the big cooking pot right there in the middle of the panel. Out there, sprinkle some more bat wings in there, girl. And warlocks. They got warlocks too. But now here she is talking about J6 and after the insurrection.
Glad more Republicans, including Paul Ryan, are starting to see the threat. You know, as we just were discussing him quoting.
No, they're not. Don't be trying to go ahead and manipulate us by thinking, look, Republicans are waking up. Look, I mean, I'm glad to see more Liz Cheney's and the Adam Scene's shirts. And then who else we got? It's a very, okay, wait, Chris Crispy, and Ron Rhino. There we go, him, Paul Rhino. They're all waking up. Whew. See, Republican voters? I told you guys were being manipulated by Trump. Told y'all. Look at the real Republicans. Follow their lead. Nope. No, you only encourage us, baby. Every time you bring one of those rhinos on your show, one, it confirms that they're rhinos. Every single time they show up and y'all use them as a reference to go after Trump, we go, they're rhinos. They're allowing themselves to be used. You think that's going to influence us to vote against Trump? 2, it encourages us. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. It makes me know that I'm on the right side.
Vladimir Putin. I guess my question, though, is I don't actually know if the Putin comments are going to impact Donald Trump or
They're not.
Because I think we're seeing more and more Americans become more and more extreme, particularly on the right. And the Republican Party.
Some on the left, too.
Some on the left, yes, but we're talking about Trump now.
Okay. Yeah, because we're always talking about Trump. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we always talking about Trump. So let me understand. I guess us on the right, we like that type of talk now. Where we're the ones that's becoming more extreme. Yeah, we're the ones that want our kids to be able to transition before they're 18. That's what it is. We're the ones loving open borders. We're the ones that's okay with all of this nonsense. We're the ones that are bringing dignity back to the White House like we saw, under that montage earlier in my show. We're the ones that's doing all of that. We're the ones letting girls get beat up in their own sports by boys thinking that they're girls. We're the ones doing that. Yeah, So let's continue.
But Republicans used to be, against Russia, and now they're the party that doesn't even want to support Ukraine and the war to fight against a dictator. So No.
See, back in the day when Russia was an actual threat, of course. Now they're just a tool that you guys use to expand your power and your globalism. See, I'm not worried about Putin launching an attack on the homeland here. And I'm not concerned about that war over there in Ukraine to defend the midget who's running around, jailing all of his political opponents just like you guys are trying to do here. I'm not worried about that. Y'all are supporting a mini dictator just like y'all are doing over here. Get him off the ballot. Get Trump off the ballot. Things like that. Canceling elections. No, we won't have any more elections because of the war. We're not going to have anybody on the ballot against me because I'm creepy. Stuff like that. We have not changed as conservative. Our eyes just are open because when the motive to do something changes and we recognize the motive has become evil and tainted, we adjust to that. It's no different than that Republicans used to support the FBI when they did good. But as soon as I saw them start spying on citizens and labeling them as domestic terrorists, putting together hit lists, playing people inside of our rallies and stuff, that's the moment where I start saying, I no longer support them. So you want us to blindly be stupid and support stupidity and corruption, lady? So don't try to use that message. Republicans used to be. I used to be until y'all became stupid. It's one of those, well, I could follow you up to a point. Now that's crazy. Now y'all going ahead and doing something that does not line up with conservative values.
I hear you, Doug, about, why isn't Joe Biden 15 points ahead? I don't think it's a comparison right now to Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Right now, we just talked about Nikki Haley. He's still up over Nikki Haley, over Ron DeSantis, over Vivek Ramaswamy, over Chris Christie. So the party is moving in such a way that is anti-American.
You guys just keep telling.
The party is moving in such a way that it is anti-American. The Make America Great Again party is moving in a direction to where it is anti-American, y'all. How you like that spin on things? Let's get out of here, because that just goes to show where they're at. They are pulling all of that mess out. And I tell you, man, they are hoping the last 4 or 5 people watching that show right there, it's going, yeah, I think she's right. She's on to something, honey.
Yourselves out. Keep whistling past the graveyard. Like
I'm not saying, no, first of all, I'm not saying that. Let me just be real clear. I'm not saying in a general election, if it's Trump against Trump, there will be some comparisons. But I'm saying right now, your party is actually having a primary, and the comparison is people who want to stand up against Russia, want to stand up for democracy, and someone who doesn't. Yeah. And your front runner is someone who doesn't.
I think we all.
Okay, no, wait. So your party isn't having a primary because you guys are defending democracy by shutting down a primary, by not allowing these people to even compete against dang on Biden. See, but yet you're talking about your party is having a primary and that they're fighting against American values and this and that and anti-democracy. Do you see the hypocrisy? As they say, they're defending democracy.
We all agree that Donald Trump, A, is likely to get the nomination, although anything could happen, and B, could very well be elected. I don't think there's anybody on this panel who disagrees with that.
That's the smartest thing you've said in ages, fake crapper. And that's the truth. And short of you guys doing something mysterious or nefarious, we're going to be looking at a butt whooping like never before. I do believe that. If they get this voting situation tightened up and they could hold off the deep state from doing something crazy as a last ditch effort to stop Trump, I mean, all of their little investigations are falling apart. I mean, they're just losing their support all over the place. And that's why you see them coming out and using all of these stupid tactics, these antics. You come out there to fight them and they go into like, dang on, what's that dude on Martin? I love my Martin references. Dragonfly Jones, it's a pleasure for you to meet me. That guy, I will show you how to attack and disable your opponent. That guy, Kenji. Go through all of this. Hype. All of that right there is distractions. I really can't fight. So I'm going to go through a whole bunch of that before we fight. And whole time Kenji is going to just come on, man. Just stay in the ring. Let's go toe to toe. But you can't beat me toe to toe. So you're going to try to bluff me. You're going to try to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. While the people with a whole bunch of that sound effects. Hype. But when y'all get together and go head to head, you saw what happened to dang on Dragonfly Jones. So that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about them trying to do something stupid at the last second. But right now, they're in Dragonfly Jones mode, y'all. They are sitting back out there. Hey, Russia, that dictatorship. All of that stupid stuff they're throwing out there. But it seems to not be working. So we're going to see how things play out. But if the election was held right now without their interference, boy, it'd be a butt whooping. And I was thinking before I did the show, I said, man, I'm praying that the RNC, which I don't have much faith, but I hope they communicate to all these new, fresh voters that's coming on board to vote down ballot. Down ballot. Don't give them room to slide in a whole bunch of raggedy senators and House members, and then somehow the governor or the mayor wins. even if they vote for Trump. I don't want to be like, okay, wait, how did Trump win Colorado? And at the same time, senators and House members lost. It shouldn't be that way. It should be straight down the ballot. So if they convince and get that message out to the people, vote down ballot. I don't want to see no tic-tac-toe at that Democrat, that Republican, Democrat. It don't work like that. You lose the power. We need to run the table in the Senate and in the House and in the executive branch. We need to run it, period. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. Then they need to hire me. Because I'll let their tails have it, boy, I tell you. So thanks for hanging out with me long tonight. We had 2:10, man. And the source material that I used was only 22 minutes. I told you, it gets carried away. Gizmo just skirted away. I would have gave y'all a dose of him per day. So it kind of went long. But it's Friday. So we might as well just go ahead and relax and have a little fun while doing this and enjoy it. Don't forget, please, check out my alternative channel. I am going to, like I said, upload. I might even do it tonight. I got to go to the grocery store. So I think I'm going to go ahead and upload it right now to this channel. But guys, it might get me in trouble, y'all. But I'm relying on y'all to. I'm going to upload it right now when I get off here. And I'm going to upload it as a premiere. So it will show just like this is. You'll all be able to live chat. I'll be in the live chat as well. It just will not be, I won't be live. Then I'll finish the other one tonight or tomorrow, upload phase 2 on both channels. But I really want y'all to go ahead and subscribe to that other channel as well. If you want to support my channel, you can do that by simply sending whatever to my Cash App or my PayPal. At this point, I don't think that the fundraising link, I think it expired. So no need to use that if you choose to. And then finally, follow me on all the other platforms. Make sure you are. Somebody said, do we see you on Tuesday, Kev? You know what? I don't pay attention to dates. What's today's date? Is it almost Christmas time? It's the 22nd. So wait, 22nd, tomorrow's the 23rd. That's Saturday. 24th, Sunday. 25th is Christmas. You'll see me on Tuesday. That's when you'll see me. However, over the weekend, I will be uploading those other 2 phases of the series that I just put together, okay? Make sure your notification buttons are turned on. And what am I missing? I know I'm missing something. But it'll come to me. Oh, the number, 330-974-4607. Text MAGA to that number. And, of course, that'll keep you in contact with me just in case something crazy happens, especially after I upload phase 2 and 3. Oh, they ain't going to like it because phase 2 is featuring, we got to go into our capital. I got some new information on that Bigfoot. That's what I got, y'all. So thanks for kicking it tonight. Let's get ready to get out of here, man. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I hope y'all have a blessed weekend. And don't forget to keep your eye out for the premiere that I'm about to upload in the next 10 minutes or so. All right. God bless. Yeah. I have fun cracking skulls, even though my voice is gone now. This is our city. Yeah. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.